Well, this is a bit of a problem.
Oh, hey. Friendly locals, I see.
Well, we may have done a few things. Well, this can be easily fixed.
Yeah, he'll be nice enough to change us back after this.
Yep.
I was extremely surprised the first time I talked to that person.
Okay, go away.
Yeah, well... So, we are back to the town of white hoods and straw hats.
Well, after all that, we need a drink.
Yep, well... That didn't take long. If you were actually as evil as you thought you were, he would have been killed in a second, I think.
Well, maybe there are other ways to relax. Well, that's not good sound.
No, I suppose it's not. Wow, one status problem after another.
Absolutely. So, welcome to my city.
Ah, well. Do they get many tourists?
Not at all. Not even in Final Fantasy II.
Yep. You can talk to that white mage again and they'll jump even further.
Yep.
It wasn't by choice.
It was not. Get away.
But he's really sorry about killing all those people and taking the crystal for evil and all, so that makes it all better, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know. He's thinking.
Well, on the other hand, he doesn't know much about babies if he thinks that they're innocent.
Well, that's fair enough.
Is this the first Final Fantasy game where you have to face bad consequences for your actions?
Oh, let me think about that. Well, this is the first Final Fantasy game where you actually start on the bad guy's side.
Ah, well.
Basically, to the Mysidians, you are the first encounter of Final Fantasy II. Sacredness? Okay.
It's close enough.
Okay, we get a couple wizards.
I have the feeling that he used a parlor trick rather than actual magic to do that.
Why are you sending me up there with children? Well, Cecil, we don't like you very much.
Really? I couldn't tell.
At least one of them's polite.
They are surprisingly friendly considering who you are and what you've done.
So, we now have casters again.
Hooray!
Well, I accidentally hit a button of some kind. Basically, he was just telling us, go do the thing.
Go do the thing that I just told you to do. For a little while, I thought they might have been both girls.
Come on, I need to get stuff.
Maybe. Actually, this stuff is not bad at all. And doesn't the cure staff give you free healing?
Yes it does. Not that much, but it does.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's better than having a white wizard use the fight command, at least. Now, this particular quest is the subject of one of my first game recordings.
You managed to... Didn't you try to Let's Play with a VHS?
It wasn't really a Let's Play. I didn't do the whole game, just this particular quest to show to a friend. Also, you're jumping the gun a little bit, aren't you?
I'm an optimist. Yeah, but you did record an entire max rank run of Ikaraga.
I wouldn't call it max rank. That was on VHS, but it was a measly 28mm.
It was S-double plus the whole way through.
Yeah, but when it comes to the leaderboards, no one cares about S-double plus.
Man, that guy has no faith in us.
I mean, all we did was go in and slaughter his friends and stuff. That doesn't make us a bad person.
Well, yeah, we were just following orders.
I bet that explanation will get us out of any kind of trouble.
Okay, so here's a few things. First, the Deathbringer sword.
Yes. For this particular part of the game, it is awesome.
Those things have 900 hit points. The Deathbringer doesn't care.
The Deathbringer cares about very few things.
Okay, so the special commands of Pelem and Porum are the Twin Spell. It takes some time and some MP from both of them, but they can cast 1 or 2 spells that hits everybody. Flare and Comet.
Of the two, Comet is better when you're fighting several enemies because it doesn't damage split. On the other hand, if it's against one opponent, Flare is better.
Yes.
Not that you can actually choose what you get. Oh well. Wow. I get startled a little bit every time I run into old Final Fantasy encounter rates.
Look. The dice doesn't care what the previous result on the die was.
Oh, I remember these tiny mage encounters that we ran from. And you're running again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would have thought that you'd advanced a bit since then. Okay, maybe you have.
Yeah, I blew it up with Twin.
And this particular next dungeon, or whatever you want to call it, is Cecil gets carried by the twins.
Absolutely.
Wow, only your idea. How long had it been since you saved in that file?
Couple of hours, maybe?
Now this is the kind of barrier that would have required no story progression on Rydia's part.
Correct.
In this game, the barrier is mostly here to stop you from advancing before you progress the story.
Uh-huh.
It really was a piece of cake, though.
Indeedy.
And now we have our first villainous scene transition.
Meanwhile, I require you to show Cecil the terror of your secret castle.
If that were the case, we would never have a chance of winning.
We would not. Indeed he is.
Now, Golbez is absolutely correct here.
Oh, they've become different. Not on his own, he ain't.
Also, right now Kane's job is pretty much just to stand there.
It is.
I don't know, Kane messed up Cecil pretty bad last time.
Yeah, but Kane spared him last time.
On the other hand, so did Golbez. It's not like he couldn't have killed Cecil at the time.
I think he wanted Kane to do it.
Unfortunately, Rosa guilted him out of it. Even the brainwashing wasn't strong enough to overcome Kane guilt.
Yep.
Also, this is your first taste of fire, too.
Indeed it is. Have fun with it.
It works against almost everything here. Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
Yeah, back attacks are a bit of a problem because this is when monsters start to actually hit hard.
Aha, Remedy removes almost every status problem.
Except Swoon, I guess. They are so overcome by the presence and charisma of the monsters that they can't help themselves. Okay, I needed to show you something about Soul-type enemies. They have a nasty little property.
Well, on one hand, the Sword of Darkness can apparently rip spirits apart.
This is the other hand. Aha!
Oh, you got 2 out of 3.
Yeah, souls absorb all elemental damage. They've done that since they first appeared in Final Fantasy II.
Once again, if it's something that hates the player...
It started in Final Fantasy II. Oh yeah, both, oh, here's Comet.
Yep, that's Comet, and it doesn't have an element, so it doesn't care about the whole ghost thing.
Okay, so both Porom and Pelama have had an ability removed in this version.
Neither of them are useful, but go on.
Well, actually, Pelam's was very useful.
Really? Okay.
I'll talk about it, Actually, I think I can say something about it right now. Tella is back!
Yes.
Okay. Pelama lost, Bluff, which is a stackable buff to his magic power.
Oh, right, I was thinking of Cry.
Porom's was Cry, which, reduces the chance that enemies will attack her in that battle.
That didn't take long.
Just gonna blurt it right out there.
Although there wouldn't have been much to worry about if they had sent Cecil out alone.
Kids, well...
specifically kids of my city.
Yeah. We were attacked by Leviathan.
Yeah, every instance is Leviathan. It's like they ran out of the letter H.
Got it in one.
Must have been a tone of voice thing. Yeah, the level 1 spells aren't gonna do it.
Meteor, on the other hand... Whoopsie-doodle.
Also, it becomes very obvious quickly that the twins are better at magic than Tella is.
Well, Tella's magic stats have gone up since last time.
Also, it's no place for kids
to butt into adult problems.
Like they're doing right now.
They were asked to.
Even they know.
Well, let's not jump the gun here, Tella.
Tella does lose some of his calm when it comes to that particular person.
Okay, so a couple of things I forgot to talk about last time. Tella is a sage, which was a class in Final Fantasy III and the Ultimate Magic class. A sage could cast any white magic, any black magic, and any summon spell.
Ah, job balance, ladies and gentlemen.
It did not exist in Final Fantasy III. Not in the original one, anyway.
Actually, I take it back. I think Tella's magic stat starts higher than the twins, but they quickly outpace him as they level.
Yes, they do.
I never actually found the random encounters here to be especially difficult.
Well, that's because you can just blow them up whenever you want.
Yeah, with 3 spellcasters you have MP to spare, and it's not a particularly long dungeon either.
Uh-huh. We won't be seeing the really long dungeons until later.
Yeah. What is the first one? Tower of Zot?
Yep.
Well, that was pretty convenient for me, considering that VHS tapes don't always have the longest recording time.
Hey, you had 2 hours.
Why doesn't he say "let's go" like he does with an N?
Because he wants the innkeeper to know that he had a good time. Out here, no one needs to know.
Around here? You don't say. Now, unlike most of the challenges here, this particular lethal encounter was not designed by the Mysidians.
Yes, the Mysidians have a tradition of tests of character that kill you.
Dying builds character.
Okay. The first Melon boss fight has a bunch of minions who should probably explode. We can deal with that pretty easily.
And I believe he counterattacks with lightning as well.
He uses lightning normally also, so you're gonna eat lightning. A lot of it.
Surprisingly, he doesn't absorb lightning, but I think it deals 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Can slow ever fail? I can't tell.
Anyway, Melon's original name in the Japanese version was Scarmiglione, based off of one of a group of 4 demons that appeared in Dante's Inferno.
I suppose there weren't enough letter spaces for it in this version.
Let me take another look. Nope.
Which is too bad, because the original name seems a lot cooler than Mylon.
Yeah, I don't know why they went with that version. Well, okay, you just said the character space problem.
Despite being one of the 4 fiends, he isn't that hard to deal with.
Yep. Yeah, the 4 fiends are another holdover thing from Final Fantasy 1.
If I had played Final Fantasy 1, I probably would have noticed a few more holdovers as well. Oh, I see. You don't even care enough to use an actual spell this time.
Well, that's because this guy is a wimp!
Also, this encounter sort of highlights one of Cecil's current problems, which is that he is papier-mâché against magic.
Look, the Dark Knight. You can't solve every problem. You can't solve any problem.
Not that Paladin Cecil is much better.
Goodbye.
Well,
that's it for one of the 4 fiends, I guess.
That was easy.
Now I'm just gonna switch my formation for no reason whatsoever.
Yep. I went as far as going back to the tent.
Yeah, well, I guess gonna make things interesting. Now the actual boss music for the 4 Elemental Lords.
I love this boss music.
So, in this version, Scarmelion had one of his, so basically, there was an attack of his that was removed from this version, which was his counter gas. However, that didn't actually do anything, so there's no problems there.
I feel like it was a bug and it was supposed to do something after you triggered 2 or 3 counterattacks.
Well, I think he might have also been able to use mute, but I don't remember that from my playthroughs of other versions.
Maybe. Also, actually mute is not a horrible skill to use against this party, but on the other hand, using it against characters with magic defense has always been a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm. However, he does still hit like a truck.
Yes. Well,
sometimes.
He hits Cecil like a truck. The wizards seem okay.
Well, we'll just see what happens.
No, wait, never mind. He must have missed an attack or 2. That's the only explanation I can think of.
Yep. Still, though, if you have fire too, this won't be much of a problem.
Yep. Wow, that Cure 2 sure wasn't strong on the offense.
And he's down already.
And I think that's the first dramatic breakdown.
I don't feel like I earned that 1,000 experience.
On the other hand, you stole his spell.
Goodbye.
No one could have survived that fall.
Actually, you can hear the thud at the end.
Yeah, well, that does put a bit of an extra exclamation mark on things.
Wait, what?
So I think now is a good time to discuss a couple of things. First of all, why Golbez chose Cain to brainwash instead of you.
Yeah, because Cecil is physically evil.
Yes, especially if you look closely at the artwork. I think we mentioned that before, anyway. However, it's been demonstrated that Cecil has his heart in the right place. Cain, maybe not.
Yay, we got the sword.
Another thing that I was considering is there have been references to Baron having more than one Dark Knight. Like, a Dark Knight of Baron. I think it would have been awesome if, on the way back to Baron after becoming a paladin, you had to fight another Dark Knight for real.
Actually, though they're not called as much in this version of the game, Dark Knight is an enemy type you encounter later.
Okay, where do you do that?
I don't remember exactly. I'll have to find that out.
That was an important detail. How did we miss that?
Because we were playing this version.
Oh.
Okay, Cecil must face his dark self.
By doing nothing.
Yeah, you used to be able to kill this guy by fighting in the original Japanese version, but not in this version.
How much did they increase his health?
A whole lot.
Also, the game provides a clue with the mechanics that you don't get in this version of the game.
Because that attack you're seeing from Dark Knight is something that drains your hit points.
Yes. The hit points of the user, that is.
Whatever, space voice.
Well, that didn't take very long at all.
No, it did not.
As to who's speaking and how it knows everything about Cecil and Golbez, well, that's going to be explained much later.
Let's see, can you guys wait for about 14 hours?
On the other hand, this is a class change and a definite power-up.
Like any good class change in a Final Fantasy game. Well, there was only one game with straight class promotions. Intended straight class promotions.
Yes. Although I think that Final Fantasy III might also count.
Master Tella, what is wrong with you? Don't answer that. He remembers all of his forgotten spells.
He still can't cast the most powerful ones, though.
Well, we might be able to do something about that.
Alright, the role that Tella provides from now on is Magic Burst. And I say Burst because while he has some amazing spells, he doesn't have the MP to fuel them for very long.
Yeah, he still only has 90 MP for some spells that cast like 30 or 40. Oh, forget about your truth. Let's kill the man in black.
Dun dun dun!
Okay, so getting back down the mountain won't be a problem for us. Cecil is level 1, that means nothing. Because he now has the Mythgraven sword.
That's not what the text says, though.
He now has the Mythgraven sword.
Well, he also has an astounding amount of health for being level 1.
So yeah, no problem at all.
Nope. Although magic is still faster. Also, his defense seems to have gone up.
Well, that's because the paladin armor is better than the demon armor.
Yep. The very best demon armor is worse than the starting paladin armor.
Cecil's experience tables reflect his reborn status.
Yep. It's actually not uncommon in video games for class changes to start you at level 1.
See also Fire Emblem, if you really want to.
I do. It is a favorite series of mine. But also stuff like Wizardry way back.
And Shining Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you even need to rest on the way back?
Yes. Okay, Cecil's stats. He is very strong.
Yep. He only has 2 attacks now as opposed to his previous 4.
But they are much stronger.
And his accuracy is 99 instead of 97.
We'll be talking more about that later. But for now, we are done.
Okay then. See you next time.
Bye.